All right, Brittany, welcome back to the Week 14 Commissioner Update video. So let's get into it and kick things off. We have Team On Tackle this week with 10 correct picks, taking the first place spot. And there were a slew of teams who came in second place with only 7 correct picks. I think it was about half the league. So we will forego listing every single one of them, but a tough Week 14 overall.
I think I mistakenly said Baker Mayfield would be watching from his couch, which was not accurate at all. He would, in fact, be leading the Rams to a victory that no one could have ever predicted.
Based on our picks, it was looking like that wasn't going to be the case. But upsets happen. And looking at the overall scores after Week 14, we have Red Zone Royalty with 131 correct picks this season. We have Are You Rossetti for Some Football right behind them at 130 correct picks. And we have Team On Tackle sitting in third place with 128 correct picks. And there are 13 points between first place and last place in the league. So again, with 4 weeks left, we're getting down to it. And anybody looking to move up some spots, you're going to have to do maybe a little bit more research, maybe pay a little bit closer attention to Britt's injury updates. And I don't even know. Maybe they need to start watching your Britt's picks videos just in case. Maybe that'll help.
Lots of injuries, lots of changes. I think my concussion, Britt's picks movie last week was right on the nose, sadly, with lots of concussions this week going into, especially for the QBs. Going into the injury report, we're at like third string in a lot of cases, and for some teams, that's working out surprisingly well. So well, in fact, I'll just move on to the injury report. So a few things to keep an eye on for Week 15, especially who's at the helm for quarterbacks, but surprising news, quarterbacks, and I think you'll see how it relates to my movie pick later this week. But I think Brock Purdy surprised everyone in Week 14 with a stunning standout start. Look at that alliteration for the 49ers. And it seems to be that Tom Brady's kryptonite is rookie QBs and Giselle. So, yeah, 49ers, a lot of things came down to that game for movement in the Pick'em League. And my team picked inaccurately. We thought maybe Tom Brady would make it happen, and he did not at all. Exciting game for the Cowboys and Texans as well. There was almost an upset there, but they pulled it out. So a lot of fun football for everyone to take a look at. But again, for injuries locally at Denver, I think a lot of folks were concerned on that close-up for Russell Wilson. So he had a scary injury there, concussion protocol, and was taken out. So that was one of the scary moments on Sunday. Brock Purdy, despite his amazing debut, still had some injuries. He's getting checked out for the obliques, but should be able to play and take on the Seahawks there. Kenny Pickett, my own Steelers. So we went back to Mitch Trubisky, which didn't work out well for us against the Ravens. Kenny Pickett is on concussion protocol as well, but also Baltimore Ravens, Tyler Huntley concussion, and Lamar Jackson will not be starting. So a lot of teams are really down the rosters, especially in the QB lineup. The Jets, Mike White had some injuries with the ribs as well. So definitely check out the rosters, see who's starting, check out who's practicing. A lot of folks did not practice Tuesday, yesterday. So a lot of it's going to come down to the wire. There's a lot of game day decisions. So you might want to wait a little longer to make your picks, but not too long, because they need to be in by when, Kyle?
They need to be in 5 minutes before the start of the Thursday night game, which this week is the 49ers at the Seahawks, which will be 6:15 Mountain Time.
Absolutely. So make sure to get those picks in. Seattle and 49ers should be an exciting game. Hopefully we'll see Brock Purdy again. Speaking of Brock Purdy, I mean, he had the standout performance, and it reminds me, Kyle, of a little movie that I've seen a few times now. It's not my favorite, I'm going to say, but I did feel like it needed to be on the list. Back in 1993, another biopic, Rudy. Have you seen it?
In keeping with tradition, no, I have not.
Kyle, I think you're just lying at this point. Rudy? Really? Have you heard of it?
Indeed, I have. I have heard of it.
All
Just
right.
never sat down and watched it once through.
That's fine. Again, of all the Brits picks, that wouldn't be my top pick in your priority chart. So Sean Astin plays Daniel Rudy Rudiger, who had a lifelong dream of playing football at University of Notre Dame. This is actually the first film that Notre Dame, the administration, allowed to be shot on campus since Newt Rockne, All-American, in 1940. So kind of a big deal for Notre Dame, kind of a big deal for Rudy. He actually cameoed as himself at the end of the film and was one of the fans in one of the football scenes. So Sean Astin, great cast. John Favreau plays his brother, and Ned Beatty is his dad. Lily Taylor's in it. Vince Vaughn as Jamie O'Hara. So he was credited as Vincent Vaughn in this movie. It was that long ago, but it's just a feel good underdog story. I think most people are familiar with it. I think, just a lot of throwback, a lot of comparisons with commentators this past week to Brock Purdy. So check it out, put you in the feel good mood for a lot of football coming up on week 15. That's my pick for the week. All right, Kyle, anything else for the fans? Is that high five option still out there, or has that expired for a free beverage?
I think it's still out there. I say we let it run. Again, first person to show up at my desk and request a crisp high five. I'll not only get that high five, but I will also buy them their choice of drink from the Dish Cafe downstairs.
All right, I will be anxiously awaiting to hear if you get that high five. Watch the elbows when you high five. That's the key to a solid connecting high five. Look at the elbow.
Look at the elbow, and as always, Brittany, make good choices.